my angels. All right, I'm gonna scoot back just a little bit, because if this message is finding you, this is going to be what's happening in your next 24 hours. I've got my decks with me, so we're going to be pulling and we're going to be doing a full spread today, okay? This is what's going to be happening in your next 24 hours. What I can tell you initially from the channeled energy that I am feeling, me continuing to get further back, I'm like, there's a lot that's coming through, is movement, okay? I'm feeling like you're going to be moving in the next 24 hours. And what I mean by moving is that you could be traveling, or there's going to be a significant amount of energy that is moving all around you. I also feel like you may be moving as well. Okay, we're gonna dive in, but again, like, I'm just getting like, you may even feel a little bit like out of, not out of balance, but out of bounds. Because there's this, it's funny, it's not a roller coaster energy, it's like more of like a, just like a lot happening all at once. Okay, let's dive in. What is happening for this collective in the next 24 hours? Whoa. Oh, wow. I'm gonna... This is love. Wow, I'm feeling love. Do you have any idea? You don't know. You don't know, but so many love cards just came out all at the same time. Wow. Chariot on the bottom here. Crazy. Okay. There's so many cards right now. Wow. The very first two cards that have come out here are the World and the Fool. So what's happening in the next 24 hours for you is that you have just closed out a massive cycle. There is some kind of a karmic cycle that you have just closed out. You have either just unclaimed this cycle, or you have closed something out that has been holding on to you a little bit too tightly for many years. I'm even getting just like clearing out karmic debts that you have held for a long period of time. With the World and the Fool coming out together, especially in the beginning of this reading, this is very, very tied to you ending things in your life, okay? So you've really just let go of or ended some really strong, I'm getting cords, like you may have even cut cords. My womb is also starting to ache at this time as well. I feel like you've officially like cut some cords to some people, or you have also just closed out cycles that you were still linked to with karmic relationships, okay? I'm getting that pretty strongly because we have such strong relationship energy that is coming through in this reading. We've got a lot of cards down here, okay? We have quite a few to get through. But there's something really big about, you may have even been, you wanna know what? I am feeling this too. You may have even been in a relationship. This is just going so quick into relationships. You may have, the fact that I like don't even want to talk about it is quite interesting. I feel like you were in, and this is a trigger warning, some kind of an abusive relationship. It could have even just been mentally abusive. It was a very, very, very karmic tie, okay? There was some kind of a strong karmic relationship that you were connected to, and for some reason it was still living in your system is what I'm getting. I'm getting an energy of literally like your blood has been recycling through, and they're showing me like the life, what's it called? There's a specific term for it, a scientific term, but it's like the cell life, okay? And or like the half-life of a whatever it is. So a cell takes a certain amount of time because new cells are being created and then old cells die off. And it takes a really long period. Technically, when we break it down to our bodies, it takes about 7 years for every single cell in your body to have been regenerated. So it's like you're living in an entirely new body every 7 years. Whew. So this relationship could have started 7 years ago. It could have ended within the past 3 to 5 years is what I'm getting as well. And it has taken these past 3 to 5 years to cycle the energy of this old karmic relationship out of your system. And it's been a lot is what I'm really getting, a very, very heavy energy, especially since we have the reading starting out with the World and then moving into the Fool. Okay, so you've just closed this karmic debt. You've closed this karmic relationship and it's over. This is our moment where you can officially say it's over. You no longer need to think about this person. You no longer need to feel their energy. There's a very divine presence that is here right now. We also have the 10 of Wands over here, and this is my card in this deck for like your angels are guiding the way. There's a very, very divine presence right now in this energy and in this reading here to tell you that that is no longer tied to you. The cord has officially been cut. They're showing me an energy of like a weed getting pulled from a garden where they pull it from the root system. It is officially out of you. You no longer have to feel tied to that partner, that relationship, whatever it was for you. I'm also getting it could have been some kind of a karmic relationship. It didn't have to be tied to specific like intimate relationships. It could have even been some type of a family relationship or a karmic relationship that was extremely unhealthy for you, and you've been closing that out and rewriting that story. Okay, but I feel like for the majority of you this was an intimate relationship. Okay, it's over. It's over, and it's never coming back. This is your moment to really sit in the presence that it is not going to find you again. And your cells have regenerated and you are beginning new in this very exact moment. Okay, it's over, it's gone. Okay, now that we've gotten through that, because that was a really hard relationship, the energy that I'm feeling is like I feel like there was a lot you had to rewrite in your system. I feel like there was a lot of even like ills moving through your system. You may have even gotten really sick after the relationship in certain different ways, or had little like cycles of sickness that would come through. And I feel like it just felt like it was still, it may have even been like thought patterns and like memories that would continue to just like surface in your brain, especially if it was a relationship that was mentally ill. Then it would be something where like certain moments from the relationship would continue to they just kept living rent free. Okay, and they're done for now. You no longer need to hold on to those because you're no longer tied to that person at all. Okay, energetically, right? Okay, so you've closed this cycle. This relationship is over. It's over. Okay, I'm like, wow, how do I even get into this? There's so much beauty here. Now, what's happening, because this is a 24-hour reading, there's so much coming through. I think that we are feeding this energy into the back end of the energy, because when this message is finding you, there's really strong significance to you being led into quite a divine union that you're being led into. Okay, which is why for the majority of you this was an intimate relationship, but you had to close out the karmic in order to meet the divine, like a soul partner. Okay, that's what I'm feeling here, because you have a soul partner that is going to be arriving quite quickly into your reality, but not within the next 24 hours. Though you may be tuning into and connecting with or even meeting this person within the next 24 hours. But that development of that relationship is going to take a little bit more time. It is going to be very strongly and divinely led. Before we get into that, what's happening right here, right now for you in the next 24 hours? The cycle's officially closed. So now you're entering into an era of new love and an activation of your passion. Okay, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Three of Wands, we have Judgment, and we have the Empress coming out. So you're officially, since that karmic debt has been pulled from your system and is gone, again, that root system is gone, you're going to be refilling yourself at this time, especially within the next 24 hours. You may even experience, I'm getting like bursts of love. I'm also feeling Kundalini awakening energy, where it is almost like a burst or a volcano of love that pours through your entire system. Also, you could be receiving, since we have our Empress coming out here and Judgment, you could be receiving a lot of love from people in your life and kind of like feeling like people really see you and receiving being seen so deeply within the next 24 hours. So this next 24 hours is really interesting because you're going to feel very noticed, okay? You're going to feel very valued. And I'm also just getting like, you could even end up in, we don't technically have conversation cards coming out here, but I'm feeling a little bit of like an energy of like, even in love and in connection tied to your, so not your solar plexus, your sacral chakra. I feel like you may even be having some information coming in where people are just recognizing you, where people are really truly seeing you in a very ethereal way. Okay, so you may get compliments as well within the next 24 hours of people seeing you and feeling like you are radiating, you are glowing, you are so ethereal. You may even get, I'm getting a bit of an obsession energy as well. You might get some people just being like, I'm just obsessed with you, like everything about you is so incredible, and I hope you feel it and see it and know it, and you're going to feel so seen by the people that are praising you. Like there is praise and love coming in for you in the next 24 hours. You're going to see it from a minimum of at least 3 different places in your life, okay? It could be a best friend, it could be someone that you're seeing at this time, it could just be like someone in your family. Like you're just gonna get praise. It could come from online social media places where like it's like a influx of praise and love and seeing the goddess or god inside of you, okay? We do have the Empress though, so I'm going to go with the goddess energy a little bit more. I'm going to change my battery real fast because it is blinking. I'll be right back. I literally am like trying to get the camera together and I'm just like hearing the channel in my brain. I'm like, oh my god, I need to say this and I need to say this. I'm like, oh my god, I have to get this together so I can get it over here and I can tell you what's happening. Okay, let me okay, so the energy that I was hearing when I was grabbing battery is that within the next 24 hours you may even have some kind of an intimate moment, or my whole body was heating up. So I feel like you could even have someone that you're really interested in compliment you or have an intimate moment with them. You're also going to prove yourself wrong is what I'm hearing. You're going to prove yourself wrong. And what's interesting is that this is going to be tied to that karmic cycle that you just closed, okay? So in some way, some form, that karmic relationship made you feel unsafe in relationships is what I'm really getting here, okay? And I was in such a perfect position before. And because that karmic relationship made you feel unsafe, it created something within your own intimacy and when you explore with others and when you welcome in intimacy from others, even if it's just like completely appropriate intimacy, okay? Though in the next 24 hours you might get a little more than that. You might get some good but what I am feeling is that you used to feel unsafe in receiving, and that within the next 24 hours is also going to be changing. I'm getting this heated energy that was filling my system, so I feel like there's going to be something where you get activated and you receive it in a way that you've never received it before. Our Three of Wands, the energy of this card has everything to do with a new pathway. I'm gonna tell you guys something right now because I'm feeling really called, even though I don't know what's gonna happen if I talk about this. I am a mushroom advocate, okay? I like my little mushrooms, and the way that they are talked about in your brain and the way that they affect your neural pathways, okay? This is how it was originally explained to me. Whoa, cat and dog, cat, dog chasing cat is what's happening in my yard right now. That was really abrupt and unexpected. So the thing is that imagine that you're at the top of a mountain and you are a snowboarder, okay? There's a golden retriever dog outside, so that could be significant for someone, or a sign for someone, a golden retriever. So imagine that you're at the top of a mountain, right? And there are pathways in the snow that people take. And so you see the pathways. This is your brain, okay? This is our brain, the way that it works. And we, every time that we end up in a specific setting, and I feel like this is really significant as well. This is going to be a bit of a longer channel because this is something that used to be so embedded in your system from this old karmic relationship where you always took a specific pathway in your brain. That's why this is coming through. So you would be at the top of this mountain, and every time intimacy or love would come around for you, since this is tied to relationships and a relationship that made you feel unsafe, anytime that intimacy or love would come around for you, you would take the same pathway because you felt unsafe, and it was a pathway that made you feel safer in that setting. Okay, now I'm bringing up mushrooms because the way that mushrooms work is that they open the neural pathways and they create opportunity for your eyes, basically if you're at the top of this mountain, to see new powder and make a new pathway that's never existed before. Okay, and this is all just an analogy, YouTube. But that's what's happening for you within the next 24 hours. You're creating a new pathway for your neurons to take in terms of intimacy. Okay, so that's going to be happening, and that's how you're going to be proving yourself wrong within the next 24 hours, is whatever you used to do in this old relationship, because those karmic ties have been fully cut and ripped from your system, you now have the opportunity and the new brainwave or ability or intelligence to see a new pathway that you can take because you are safe. Okay, you are safe. And that is no longer an energy that is living in your system. You have been reset. So you're going to be taking a new pathway in these terms, and you're going to find quite a large amount of pleasure within this new pathway, okay? And you're going to, that's what that 3 of Wands energy is, okay? It's you taking the first step on a new path. Like you're actually physically doing it. Okay, so within the next 24 hours, there's going to be something that you are physically doing that is taking you on a new pathway. And this is all in terms of relationships and intimacy. So someone you are interested in could say something to you, and for the first time ever, you receive it fully. Or someone loves you and you receive it fully. Or in a way that you used to feel unsafe when receiving love, you're going to receive love and recognize that your body is not fighting you, or that your mind is not fighting you. And you're going to recognize that you feel safe in love because you are safe in love. And because those old timelines and that old karmic energy that used to exist is no longer there. It has been fully removed from your system. And you are safe. And you are welcome and allowed to receive. And receive pleasure. Okay? All right. The next message that we have coming through here, this is when it starts to tie into the divine union or connection that is going to be coming in for you, okay? Wow. This is so crazy because I feel like this is actually the beginning of a timeline that you are stepping into that is tied to your divine partner, like your divine soul mate, okay? And what's interesting is that the next 2 cards that we have out here are the Queen of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. So this energy that you're tuning into within the next 24 hours is actually going to be leading you into something that is connected to your career and your purpose and passion, which is really interesting that this is coming out here, okay? With our Queen of Pentacles and our 7 of Pentacles, this has to do with your financial world. It also has to do with your dreams, right? And what you're physically working on. So I feel like whatever this old karmic energy was, it was actually holding you back from your dreams. I feel like it was taking from your overflowing sacral energy, which is where creativity is born from, right? And I feel like it used to kind of like eat at that energy a little bit, to a degree where you got used to not having an overflowing energy in that realm, where creating may have felt a little bit draining to you, or you never felt like you could do it eternally. You felt like you had to do it in like certain moments and limit yourself, okay? Those limits, those limiting beliefs, all of that is going to be gone, because this new energy, this new pathway that you are taking, that is opening you up to receiving, is actually tuning you into and beginning a journey for you on this timeline specifically, or this reality, whatever you want to call it. I always call it a timeline. Whatever you want to call it, this is really opening that move for you in order to take you where you're meant to be in terms of business and passion. Okay, so you're also going to be seeing, this is an energy that I'm feeling is not within the next 24 hours. So this is going to be a large part of the next like 3 to 7 years for you. Okay, this is what this energy, the rest of this energy that's coming through is really tied to the next 3 to 7 years for you, which is much larger next to a 24-hour message energy. But it's all, it's interesting because I'm getting the energy of like, it's all because of this specific new neural pathway that you're creating within these 24 hours that everything is coming out. Okay, I'm getting a snowball being tossed over a mountain, and you've made the snowball, and this is the moment you toss it over, and now everything happens because of this exact 24 hours. Okay, this is like your boiling point. Okay, so you're going to be deeply woven for the next 3 to 7 years into your divine, I want to say like pathway of relationships is what I'm getting. Yeah, and also your purpose. There's really strong significance coming through here of your purpose on planet Earth tied to your passion. Okay, now it's gonna feel like the next 3 to 7 years for you are on fast track, because I feel like because of the karmic energies, it's felt like you were on hold. You were on hold for a very, very long time, and you got so comfortable being on hold that I feel like you might have even given up a little bit on some of the dream realities that you wanted to come to fruition. Okay, and the issue was actually that you were still tied to that karmic essence, and that was holding you back. You had to truly let that go, and that has closed if this message has found you. So now it's gonna feel like you're on a fast track. We have the Chariot coming out. Okay, you're on a fast track to what you deserve and love, living your heart's passions, and people, relationships, and partnerships coming into your life that deserve you. Not just that you deserve, but that deserve you, because you are one hell of a human being, and everything that you have been through has built you to become someone who others have to become worthy of. Okay, and you don't have to feel that way, but that's the truth. Okay, you're one hell of a human being. You're one hell of an essence, and people have to rise to be worthy of you. They need to step into their highest divine essence, because you are in one of your highest divine essence timelines. And I do feel like you have more to journey through, but you've come to such a profound, beautiful version of yourself in order to cut those ties and release old karmic debts so that you could be in the timeline that you're presently in. And in this timeline, you sit back and you let people become worthy of you, and you let them come to you. Okay, that's what our Empress essence comes through with. Literally 1111 was on the timer as I said that, which is so crazy because that's divine twin flame energy. I don't really like the term of twin flame, and I've said this before on this channel, but it's like the concept of like two divine essences that mirror each other so beautifully and link together, but they don't take away from one another. They just exist next to each other with our like two dots, right? Okay, so then the next cards that we have here are the Six of Wands, which is victory. And then we have the Three of Swords reversed. Okay, we have the Chariot, and then we have victory and healing. Healing of the heart and allowing love in. Okay, so like I said, these next years are going to feel very, very, very fast-tracked for you. Whew. which is just so beautiful, and I'm really excited for this energy. I just feel like you deserve this, and you have deserved this. I can feel this energy coming through so much. There is so much presence here, and so many of your ancestors and your angels are here to remind you that you have deserved this, and that you deserve this right now, and that you are so loved and you are so deserving of love. Okay, there's so much of that here. Like, I literally feel them just like wanting me to like wrap myself around you and just be like, you are love. You are love, and you deserve love, and everything that is coming your way in this fast-tracked time is so deserving of you, and is so worthy of your presence, and you deserve every good fucking thing that comes your way. Okay, emphasis. Okay, so you're going to have a very fast-tracked timeline coming in for you within these next, I keep getting 3 to 7 years, okay? Where you're going to feel like everything is just falling into place. Things are happening so incredibly quickly. And you're actually being led, okay? So now we have our other cards. Victory again, and healing. Victory, healing, heart essence. And now we have our 10 of Wands, which is my card for your ancestors are leading the way. They have literally prepped this timeline of love, of union, of divine, like, soul energy for you. And now they're literally just going to be leading the way for you. So all you need to do is listen to your intuition, because you have so many things prepped and waiting for you. And all you need to do is allow them to arrive as you're arriving as well. Okay, we have the 4 of Wands, we have the 2 of Cups, and we have the 10 of Pentacles coming out here. These are union, marriage, and family, and legacy. Okay, these are crazy. I like cannot believe that all 3 of these cards came out. I feel like your angels already have your divine significant partner prepped and ready for you. I'm not getting a message as to whether or not you have already met them, but I do feel like you have felt their essence, okay? And I feel like the energy that I'm feeling from this is that you kind of already have hints. Yeah, that's what they're showing me. They're showing me visual hints. They're showing me energetic hints. I feel like you kind of know what's going on already, okay? I just like itch my spinal cord, which is odd. I feel like you may even have like spinal connection. When you're in meditation, you could also just feel very connected to their soul. You may have even met them in meditation energetically, okay? But you're literally being led, and everything that is happening is bringing you into and leading you into meeting your divine partner, or having them arrive, or even falling into union and ceremony, is what I'm getting with the 4 of Wands as well. Okay, you may even have children. Even 2 kids could be of significance to you. There is a boy and a girl in this picture, but that does not mean that they have to have those genders. That just could be for some of you. With our 2 of Cups, this is literally love and union. This is so beautiful. I just feel like, again, I keep getting this energy to remind you that, like, you deserve this. You deserve the exact divine love that you've always craved and wanted and seen for yourself. And this is the time where it finally gets to align for you. And it gets to align for you because you have closed out and released cycles where you didn't, I want to say you didn't allow yourself to be as worthy as you are. And now you are finally welcoming your worthiness and understanding how incredible you are, and how unique you are, how individual, and how much your love matters and deserves to be felt in the same way that you deserve to feel your divine partner's love, okay? I love you. This is so beautiful, and you deserve every single second that's coming your way. I want to get a couple of last messages just in case there's anything that wants to come out. Is there any last messages that want to come out in regards to this 24-hour reading? The Hierophant. And the Prince of Wands. And the Five of Swords. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of a message here that's coming through that's allow yourself to go slow with this, because I know that we just had a lot of information that came through for you and you may feel a little excited. But again, with this 10 of Wands over here as well, I'm just getting a really strong message of like, trust your intuition and let your angels lead the way, because they have prepped everything for you. There doesn't need to be any kind of like an immense rush into anything. Just remember that within the next 24 hours, what's meant to come through for you is an opening. It's an opening from your crown, from your head. We have that snow or that snowboard or mountain visual coming through, right? Allow yourself to receive new insight, new information, and just trust what comes through. Because that's all you need to do in these next 3 to 7 years is listen to your heart and to your intuition, because that's how you're being led right now, okay? Through you, not through anyone else, not through others' opinions. There is insight inside of you that is going to be coming through that is telling you exactly where you're meant to be. That's how your angels are leading you, okay? It's not through other people, and it's not through fast action or needing to like be somewhere so quickly. Just allowing everything to fall into place exactly the way that it's meant to, okay? And trusting your intuition. You don't realize how strong your intuition actually is and how powerful you are. You actually know exactly where you're meant to be in the moment it's appearing for you, and you know exactly which way to go. So trust yourself, okay? You're finally in a place where it's safe, and so now you can. All right? Okay. I love you so very much. If this message resonated with you, please do let me know, and I will see you guys in the next message.